Do you think this year's NBA draft was a bust? You might want to think again. While the initial excitement might have cooled off without an array of instant superstars, the Summer League turned up the heat and proved that some rookies are already making a strong case as steals and good draft picks. The early performances from these players are anything but underwhelming. First off, we got 5 top picks who are showing signs of being the draft's biggest bargains. These guys might not have been the flashiest names on draft night, but they're quickly proving their worth on the court. Imagine a player who was pegged as a top 5 pick, but with a few more games could look like the steal of the entire draft. Then there are the hidden gems, the talents who have flown under the radar but are now ready to make a big splash. Think of them as the unexpected plot twists in your favorite movie. Because just when you thought you had it all figured out, these rookies are stepping up and making you wonder. From the high draft picks with the potential to become future stars to second-round surprises that could redefine what it means to be a late bloomer. This year's rookies are proving that talent isn't always about where you're picked, but how you perform when the lights are shining brightest. So before you write off this draft class as a letdown, take a closer look at these rising stars. Yes, there's no Victor Wembanyama, but the future of the NBA might just be hiding in plain sight. And if these rookies continue to impress, we could be looking at the next wave of game changers in the league. Keep your eyes peeled. These draft steals and great picks are ready to make their mark. Houston Rockets drafted Reed Sheppard with the number 3 overall pick, and this looks like it's going to pay off nicely. Reed was Mr. Consistent at Kentucky. He averaged 12.5 points per game while knocking down 52% of his three-pointers. Sheppard only started 5 games at Kentucky, but was super effective. He also added 4.1 rebounds and 4.5 assists per game in 33 contests, sporting a Wildcats jersey. Taking a gamble on a Kentucky guard during the John Calipari era just makes sense. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes to mind as a former Wildcat thrust into stardom, but we will hold the phone on that comparison for now. Sheppard might have only shot 28% of his three-pointers in Summer League Las Vegas. He still was able to average 20 points per game on 50% shooting from the field. His shot creation was better than expected. He added 5.3 assists, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.8 steals per game in Las Vegas. His scoring ability translated, as well as the ability to turn opposing teams over defensively. Reed was named to the All-Summer League first team. Can you say a number 4 pick in the draft be considered a steal? Normally you'd think, nah. Top 5 isn't exactly bargain territory, but when it comes to Stephon Castle landing with the San Antonio Spurs, you better believe it. Castle's Summer League was like the latest season of your favorite TV show. Highly anticipated, but cut short, leaving everyone craving more. He played just enough to tease us with his potential. 1 game in Vegas and 2 at the California Classic were all it took to make a lasting impression. And boy, did he deliver. This guy showed enough in those games to make me believe he might be the best player from this draft in a few seasons. Bold claim? Perhaps. But let's dive into why it might just be true. In his limited court time, Castle exhibited his uncanny ability to make the right passing reads off pick and rolls. It was like watching that master chef in the kitchen, knowing exactly when to add that pinch of salt. He got into the lane with ease, almost as if defenders were politely stepping aside. And his defense? Solid as a rock. Through 3 games, he averaged 4.0 assists to go along with his 17.3 points. Sure, his jumper could be better, but hey, even the Mona Lisa wasn't perfect until Da Vinci had a few tries, right? Now, picture Castle and Victor Wembanyama on the same team. If Castle sharpens his shooting skills, they could be the nightmare matchup that keeps other coaches up at night, frantically scribbling on whiteboards. But wait, there's more. Castle has the golden opportunity to learn the intricacies of the point guard position from the maestro himself, Chris Paul. Imagine getting driving lessons from Lewis Hamilton or cooking tips from Gordon Ramsay. Chris Paul mentoring Castle is a recipe for greatness. The expert teaching and wealth of knowledge that Paul brings could elevate Castle's game to new heights. So here's the prediction. In 3 seasons, we'll be sitting around and asking, how did this guy not go first in the draft? Keep an eye on Stephon Castle. He's more than just a player. He's a potential superstar in the making, and the Spurs might have just pulled off the heist of the decade. The number 7 pick in this year's draft has been turning heads in Las Vegas. Donovan Clingan is showing why the Portland Trail Blazers snatched him up, proving himself a force to be reckoned with on the glass and a wall around the rim. This guy isn't just big in stature, he's making a big impact. Klingon led the Vegas Summer League in rebounding with a whopping 12.3 boards per game and is swatting away shots like they're pesky flies with an impressive 4.3 blocks per game. These stats aren't just Summer League fluff, they're signs of what this guy can bring to the regular season. Now, I'm not saying he'll keep up these numbers right out the gate, but it's clear he's got the tools to be a game changer. Falling to number 7 turned out to be perfect for the Blazers. They needed some size and consistency, and Klingon is delivering both in spades. He's set to be a solid backup for DeAndre Ayton and could even make the often injured Robert Williams a little less essential to the team's plans. Sure, Klingon's pick might not have been the flashiest. No fireworks, no confetti, but sometimes it's the under-the-radar picks that pay off big time. His rebounding, rim protection, and screen setting are exactly what the Blazers need to shore up their defense and provide a stable presence in the paint. Think of Klingon as the sturdy, reliable friend who helps you move furniture without complaining. Not the life of the party, but absolutely essential when you need to get things done. If he continues on this trajectory, the Blazers might have found themselves a longtime pro who can anchor their defense for years to come. So keep an eye on Donovan Klingon. He's proving that you don't always need the glitz and glamour to make a significant impact. Sometimes good old-fashioned grit and hard work do the trick. And if he keeps up this pace, the Blazers front office will be patting themselves on the back for a job well done. In 2023, the Los Angeles Lakers let Jaime Jaquez Jr. slip through their fingers. But this year, they made sure not to repeat that blunder. Enter Dalton Knecht, the 17th pick out of Tennessee, who's already making waves and showing why the Lakers nabbed him. Knecht couldn't have landed in a better spot. He'll be playing for the first-time coach J.J. Redick, who knows a thing or two about being a deadly movement shooter. If there's anyone who can mentor Knecht into a three-point sniper, it's Redick. We don't know what kind of coach he'll be other than that, but this he can handle. Knecht had a bit of a rocky start at the California Classic Summer League, but once he hit Vegas, it was like someone flipped a switch. He found his rhythm and started draining shots left and right. Knecht connected on 39.1% of his 7.7 three-point attempts and averaged 21.1 points per game, making him the Lakers' leading scorer in the Summer League. Not too shabby for a rookie. Los Angeles is going to need Knecht's shooting touch next season. While they shot a respectable 37.7% from three, they were third from last in the league in attempts. They need someone who can not only shoot well, but it also isn't afraid to let it fly from deep. And Knecht fits that bill perfectly. As a four-year college player, Knecht brings maturity and readiness to contribute right away. He's not just some green rookie finding his way. He's polished and prepared to step in and stretch the floor. With LeBron James and Anthony Davis commanding attention, having a reliable shooter on the perimeter will be crucial. He'll give Redick quality minutes off the bench, providing the spacing the Lakers need to maximize their stars' effectiveness. So keep an eye on Dalton Knecht. He's got the potential to be a game changer for the Lakers, making sure that this year they've secured their own draft steal. If he keeps up his Vegas performance, Lakers fans are in for a treat next season. Most people haven't heard of Tyler Kolek, and honestly, that's understandable. Portland picked him 34th in the draft and then traded him to the Knicks, but a few games into the Summer League, he's already turning head and showing serious potential as a second-round steal. Kolek is a pure playmaker. His ability to dish out dimes is impressive, but what's even more noteworthy is his low turnover rate, just 1.3 per game. That kind of ball control is gold for any team. Now here's the challenge. The Knicks are pretty deep with a crowded backcourt. Kolek might not see much playing time this season, but don't sleep on him. If given the chance, this guy will make some noise. He's got a reliable catch and shoot three, a quick burst to get to the rim, and his court vision is top-notch. He's the kind of player who can create opportunities for his teammates out of thin air. Even if Kolek spends more time on the bench than on the court this season, don't be fooled. The kid can play. He's got the skills and the smarts to make an impact when his number is called. So keep an eye on Tyler Kolek. He might be flying under the radar now, but he's got the potential to make a splash in the NBA. These rookies might not be making headlines every night, but keep an eye on them. They're shaping up to be the steals and the deal of the draft.